Good morning, friends. And as you can see by the hazed over screen on my phone, I am in a very cold, unheated Lab Squatch 1. And what you see in front of the phone is something that my granddaughter highly suggests that I keep stocked in Lab Squatch 1, when I'm doing my research and so forth. And that is corned beef hash. I've never had it out of a can before. Homemade, yes, but my unofficial, unprofessional review of this product is that if it's cooked crisp, it's edible. It's not too bad. If you're really cold and there's nothing else to grab for, by all means, throw it down. But it will stick to your ribs, and it will, it will keep you regular later on in the day. So use your own imagination. And also, I want to say I'm obviously not sponsored by any of these products that I'm putting up here. I just kind of like to put them up for fun and let kind of what I keep in here and what I don't like and I do like. So this is one that I will keep on hand, maybe. If I'm starving to death, I will make sure I have it on hand, all right? Okay, this is going to be kind of a hodgepodge video, so by means you don't have to watch it. It's just basically going to be touching on some comments that was made about my Jan Thompson video, also about the scat that I sent in, and just a few other things. So it's just, some stuff I'm going to try to jam into this short video so I don't have to make a whole bunch of smaller ones. So we'll jump right into it. First we'll do the scat. They're pretty much done with it. I think they did a good job. I don't think there was any kind of conspiracy theories going on, trying to hide anything. I did want DNA testing done, and I did say that I would pay for any DNA testing that needed to be done to it, to the scat, but they just weren't going to do that. And whatever, legitimate reasons. I think it is what it is. If they are hiding something, big deal. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, but I don't think so. What did they find in the scat? Well, other than the normal stuff you'd normally find, obviously, parasitic and bacteria, things like that. They found bluegill fish. They found wild rose flower itself. They found the wild rose hips. I'm sure he knows what those are. Those are the buds, obviously. And then the interesting thing is they found what they believe to be either remnants of goat liver or goat something. It was related to goat or possibly sheep. So I found that very interesting. And I'd like to somehow get this the interaction of all these emails up between, there's like 5 scientists and lab personnel that were working on this and that I was actually in contact with, because when they would send emails to each other while working on this, it would come through to everybody involved, including myself. So that I thought that was that was interesting, and I thought it was pretty cool, because it told me that they really weren't trying to hide anything. But there is some sensitive information on there about them personally. So, me, I'm not one to edit. So I got to figure out how to, I guess, lack of a better term, desensitize some of these emails so their personal information doesn't get out there. But there's a particular, towards the 2 particular emails, sets of emails, I should say, towards the end of our conversations together. It was one particular scientist, and I think he knew what I was talking about, and I knew what he was talking about. We'll put it that way. But he kept bringing up the terminology. He goes, it's either human of some kind, or large canine, or possibly a large canine with, with some kind of irregular diet. Now, I know Rick had mentioned that, one of my subscribers, that it could be a dog of, with some kind of, weird, strange diet or something going on with its, its intestines or whatever, digestive tract, I should say. But the scientist I was talking to said this more than once and made it a point. So was he trying to say dog man? I don't think so, but it was just kind of, I don't know. It was just, it really opened my eyes that he'd said that several times. Human slash large canine, something like that. Well, as we were talking further, and I don't want to give a lot of it away, as we were talking further, he started making joke references towards, of course, at that time I was using the terminology cryptid. I no longer use that in humanoids, but for this particular display, I'll tell you it was cryptids, and he kept making references towards skunk ape, Sasquatch, Bigfoot, things like that. And you'll see this for yourself. And so I basically asked him, I said, so are you telling me that this scat could be from some kind of cryptid? And I'll tell you this part because it's very interesting. He said, well, I suggest you set up trail cams. Okay, now this is from a scientist at Iowa State University. That kind of made me perk up. And with the other talk of what he thought it might be crossed with, and then referencing a skunk ape, Sasquatch, Bigfoot. Then he kind of just jokingly said, well, you don't have to worry about that because that's more in the south. So it tells me this particular scientist may believe that these creatures exist, or he was trying to tell me that's probably what this scat came from. Either way, I don't believe there's anything being covered up, hidden. This could just be simply one person's personal opinion, beliefs. So I'll just leave it at that. Okay, the Jan Thompson video I put out, I got a lot of positive feedback, and a lot of people had thanked me for bringing out the truth. And then I had a few people that said, why are you doing this to her? Why are you trying to tarnish her name? Let her rest in peace. And I totally get that. And that's why I said at the beginning of the video, this had nothing to do with denouncing Jan Thompson or try to make her look like a fool or whatever. But people, I told you in the very beginning when I first came out on Cryptid Studies Institute, it wasn't to make anybody believe that this incident happened to me. I just wanted everybody to know the truth, how it happened, what really happened, okay? And my goal was to go out and find and smash the liars, okay? Now, the information that we found about Jan Thompson on this particular story, and I ain't going to go through it again. It's, in the video, obviously. She blatantly lied when she could have turned around and changed things, like I said. She blatantly lied about 3 different things right off the bat, as soon as the story was told. And there was other things in her life that added up to her. She was basically taking from what she heard and twisting it a little bit so it was more relevant to her. And that's what I don't like. And everybody, when I first come forward, I shouldn't say everybody, I have you, my supporters, but a lot of the people out there, I was a liar. I was making this up. I was hoaxing. Well, to those people, hoaxers and liars, they run and they hide, and you never hear from them again. So as soon as they get a little pushback, they get scared and they disappear. And that's exactly what Jan Thompson did. Okay, not me. And it's not like I'm out telling my story every day. I haven't been. You obviously know that. I'm not out there telling what happened to me every single day. It's more about what's going on with my own research, if that's what you want to call it. But I just want everybody to be on this truth voyage with me, and that's all it is. It's not trying to, you know, I guess. I mean, it is discrediting people, I guess, but I'm discrediting what they're saying if it is truly false. And with that particular incident, what Jan Thompson had said, it is truly false. It really is. So I think that's about it, people. I don't have a whole lot more to say. Like I said, I'm probably not going to go out this weekend. I got other things. I got to start winterizing some stuff. So God has been gracious enough to bring us a batch of warm weather here for the next 5 days or so, maybe 6 days. So I'm going to take advantage of it, and I'm going to start getting things, vehicles and boats and equipment and stuff like that winterized, and because I think we're going to probably be done with everything as far as watercraft and everything other than the Lab Squatch 1. Like I told you, it's got heated tanks and everything, but there again, I probably won't be using it a whole lot in the deep snow and stuff. It'll just I got an old Ford Excursion that I kind of use for that. So and about the video, the sound video that I had, another encounter. I really appreciate everybody's support and belief in me on that. One person even pointed out, well, you could tell it wasn't me, which it wasn't, making the breathing noises, because the breathing noises were literally going on while I was talking. And the reason it was so pronounced and so loud was I had shut all the power off, everything inside the camper. And I had purposely put the fire in front of that front main door, because I thought, well, I know something's out there from the night before, because I had actually had just my Ford Excursion, and it sits up kind of tall. So I thought, well, if I if I sleep underneath that thing in my sleeping bag, I know they're going to know that I'm there, but maybe I have a little bit a better view as far as view. It's hard to explain, but if you're laying on the ground and looking at ground level, it's easier to see at night. It's just hard to explain, but it's true. And I figured I'd at least see their feet moving or something, but I could hear them out there. And I'm saying them because I now think there's more than one. I think there's two. I don't know if there's any more than that, but I do believe there's at least two of these. And I thought, well, if I lay underneath here, I'll be able to see their feet. I did not see anything, but I definitely heard them close by. But people, in normal fashion, it got really cold that night. It got below freezing, and I do have a military mummy bag that's good to, supposed to be good to like 20 below. But you know what? With that ground sucking the heat out of me, I got cold and I wimped out. So I did go back and get the Lab Squatch 1, and that's where that video was taken. And I had all the windows open, even though it was cold, all the power off, and then, like I said, the fire towards the front door, and that's why it sounded so pronounced, because whatever it was on the backside was what you heard breathing, not what was around the fire. You could see that one, but this thing. And I didn't mean to sound gross, but I could actually, whatever it was, I could literally, or I think it was, smell the breath of it. And like I said, it was like warm cottage cheese. I know it sounds gross, but that's kind of what the smell was. And Lab Squatch 1 isn't, the windows aren't really tall, but they're probably, I bet from the ground to the top of the windows are 7 foot easy. So whatever it was at least that tall or taller in order for that, the actual smell of the breath to come in through the windows. So it was very exciting, exhilarating, and no, I was not scared. But there again, my heart was pumping, and and like a fool, I for some reason my brain just farted on me again, and I was going to try to communicate, say something, and in my mind I was like, okay, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? Obviously, it's going to be something, nice. I mean, uh, gentle. It's going to be something non-threatening. So, any suggestions out there? I mean, this sounds kind of crazy, but anything that maybe you have spoken to these things, and what was your first lines of communication as far as of dialogue? Hey, how you doing? Maybe give them my name. I don't know. I know this all sounds foolish, but in the bigger scheme of things, it's not. And I want this to work out right. All right, people. I thank you for your time. And I thank you for all the new subscribers that keep coming in. I can't believe I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers. I mean, a lot of people's like, "Ooh, big deal." But I mean, that's crazy. Little old me on my cheesy little channel. I'm happy about 900 and what is it, 752? I can't even remember subscribers. And of course, YouTube keeps sending me things. Hey, congratulations, you're almost to 1,000. You get all these benefits, and I was like, okay, I'm not really worried about that. But what I was thinking, people, is if I do, and I don't even know if there is any kind of monetary gain from having 1,000 or over. I don't know if I got to make more videos, have content every so often. I'll have to check into it. But I thought about something cool is if this channel does start making money, not by any kind of donations, or I don't want any of that crap, but the channel itself, whatever it makes or gains throughout a year's time, I'll just take whatever that is, and however small the amount is, I'll triple or quadruple it, and then every year, if God willing I'm around, and I still have the subscribers, obviously, because this is going to be all your doings, not mine. I will donate the money that's made through YouTube, and then, like I said, quadruple it if I have to make it a decent amount. Then every year we'll pick one subscriber and donate that to their church, their charity, whatever they want, their charity. And if that person needs it themselves, I'll be happy to donate the money to that particular person. So how's that sound? Good? Sound like a deal? All right. Okay, people. Love you. God bless you. And we'll chat again.